Somos celebs, pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it out, let's take a photo now. Photo now. But for now, I'm loco. But for now, preserve the beat, I'm more.
Yes, my peoples, we're back again with another one. Dailies. Yeah, told you that every day we're here, giving you all the latest Man United news, consistent with it. Oh my days, my phone's going bananas. But yeah, so appreciate, man. Just hit the like, subscribe, show a bit of love. Man's consistent. Yeah, anything that comes up, boom, I'm just flooding it in here straight away. So make sure you subscribe and you're here. And don't forget as well, I just started this news and reaction thing with Man United. I've been killing the Matchday Vlogs from before. That was my thing. So if you go back on my old videos, because a lot of you lot are new here, you go back on my old videos, I've got a lot of Matchday Vlogs, me going to the actual games, recording it, goals going in, left, right, and centre, etc. So yeah, I've got a lot of Matchday Vlogs. Just go on my videos and go all the way to the back. That's what I was doing originally, Matchday Vlogs. I wasn't doing this. This is new to me. But like I said, I'm flooding you up with all the Man United news all the time, 3 times a day. As soon as it comes, I put it in here. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and show some love. Yeah. So I'm gonna hit you up with the first news. Jadon Sancho, he might finally be getting his freedom. Yeah. Juventus have made an offer of 25 million for Jadon Sancho. The offer was considered as an important one. Now Juventus have to convince the player, who, as it stands, is interested by the prospect of a possible move to Napoli. So that's for Marco Giordani. He's in Italy, and he's basically saying, listen, they made a bid for 25 million. All they've got to do is agree personal terms with Jadon Sancho, and that's all it is. You got to remember, Jadon Sancho is on a big wage. He's on 300k a week. So who's really going to pay that wage? That's the crazy thing about it. So that's a mad one. And then we've got Damasio, who is very reliable for Italian news. Everyone that knows about Italian news, you know Damasio is reliable for it. He's coming to Juventus, have made moves for Jadon Sancho. The Bianconeri club has intervened in the last few hours by talking with Manchester United about Sancho. Napoli, on the other hand, have already taken action in recent days by speaking directly with the player. But remember, Sancho don't want to take a pay cut, apparently. Napoli just got De Bruyne, and he's on a big wage. So can they go out there and give him a big wage as well? And then Damasio, not too long ago, about 12:40, so about 2 hours ago, has come back out and said Juventus has advanced to sign Jadon Sancho. Advanced, that means it's getting close. Juventus has also started direct contact with Manchester United in the last few hours. So this seems like it's heating up. This seems like it's definitely going somewhere. He wants to get out of Man United. Man United want him out. We only want 25 mil. It seems like they think they're getting a deal in their hands. It's a slower league. Remember, he strived in Bundesliga. Maybe he's going to strive over there in Italy. Them leagues are kind of slower. And this is what we've been needing. We've been needing buyers. We can't sell. No one's gone. Do you understand? How much days are we in now? We're like 20 days in, or 19 days into the 20 days into the transfer window. We ain't sold one player. This is crazy. So it's interesting to see what happens with this one, man. But 2 Italian sources have come out. Damasio is very reliable. He's saying it's heated up. It's very advanced. So let's see where it goes. Have a great channel. Keep it up, bro. Thank you, Kevin, man. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, brother. Good evening, sir. Jadon Sancho is all about his money. Yeah, 100%. That's why it's about Napoli and Juventus. I reckon whoever offers him the better wage, he'll go there. Because remember, Juventus are in the Champions League. Napoli just won the league and they're in the Champions League. So I don't think he cares about... That's why he didn't want to leave, remember. He said he's not taking a wage cut and he didn't want to go to Chelsea because of the wage cut. If you really got ambition, you're saying, I want to make the World Cup next season, you would have left by now. You would have went to Chelsea or whatever. Do you understand? You're nice there. You've got a nice little form with your mates. You would have stayed there. He can't get past the player, Jadon. Yeah, but remember, that's the Prem. He can't do the Prem. So he's running off. This is the best thing for him. No one in the Prem wants him. Chelsea would have took him with a reduced wage. And then look, why is there not loads of offers coming in for him? If he was this good player, this stunning player, everyone can see it in the Prem. Clearly, no one in the Prem can see that this geezer is as good as he can. Like, it's not going to happen here. Go to one of the lower leagues, the slower leagues, Italy, Spain, Portugal, etc. And he's probably going to boss it. He's probably going to go there, Juventus, score goals, assist, and then the people are going to start saying, look, Man United, they ruined him. Look, he's back. He's revived himself. The same thing McTominay's doing. McTominay's scoring loads of goals. You got MVP of the year. Now everyone's doing revisionism. Why did he leave? He shouldn't have left. But when they're here, they're not playing good. Elanga was here. He couldn't beat a man. He's gone to Forest. They're playing counter-attack. It suits him. Now it's revisionism. Oh, why did we sell Elanga? Oh, Wan-Bissaka. Every single person that comes to the club, while they're here, they're not lighting it up. As soon as they leave and then they start lighting it up, everyone just, we should have, why did we do this? No one's ever happy. That's what I've realized about this fan base. It's crazy. I think he should go back to Dortmund. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think Dortmund want to pay his money, and I think they only want to loan him. We don't want no more loans. Remember what we just done. The loan we just done with Jadon Sancho was historic. It was a historic loan. It's never been heard of. Yeah. We said obligation to buy, and they still opt out with 5 million. How can you opt out of obligation? If you go in the dictionary and type in obligation, it means it has to happen. They opted out somehow. So we've just done the craziest loan we've ever seen. Like, it's historic what just happened. So no more loans with Sancho. Just pay the 25 million. See you later. And I think personally, he's our worst ever signing. Yeah, it's questionable about certain other players. People talk about Anthony. No, Sancho hasn't. You know, some people like GA. He hasn't matched the GA. Some people like the eye test. He's barely done anything. You got to remember, they gave him 3 months off, Eric Ten Hag. Then he come back. Then he wasn't playing for a minute. Then he was at home just playing Xbox. I can't deal with him, yeah? He hasn't done nothing. And then on top of that, you go and do the freedom post. You can't go back to Old Trafford. No one's going to take you in. After you've done that freedom post, you killed yourself. You can't go back to Old Trafford. So I'm happy that he's going. Go do your thing. 25 million, Juventus, go boss it. I hope the best for him. Go boss it. Wherever he goes, Dortmund, Juventus, Napoli's, it seems like they're already into him as well. So it could be Napoli or Juventus. But either way, like I said, I reckon he'll do well over there. And then everyone will do the revisionism. Because them leagues are slower. They got 36-year-old defenders in Italy. Come on, man. It's crazy. How much did Man United get him from Dortmund? It was 73 million. I think it was 73 million, yeah. 73 million, I think it was. So this is what I'm saying. Or maybe it was 60, but it led to 73 in the end. This is what I'm saying about our signings. 73 million Sancho. 72 million Højlund. 80 million Anthony. Who else was there for a crazy price? Even Mason Mount, 1 year left on his contract, 65 million. We went mad with that last regime. With the Glazers and that, when they was in charge with the Woodwards and that, we went crazy. Now we've cut it down a little bit. The only sign that a lot of people raise eyebrows about is Ugarte. We paid 50 million. He don't really do much. Everyone wants him to do loads, score goals, defend. You know how these new DMs are, Rodriguez, etc. That's the only one. But apart from that, this new regime has been sensible the way they buy. We had to spend a bit over the top for Lenny Euro because we was overpaying. Real Madrid wanted him. But apart from that, everything's been proper. That's why I'm not really worried about the Mbeumo deal. I think they're just trying to sort it out. They're not trying to get conned. And at the same time, they're trying to be smart as well. So it's interesting to see. But yeah, just to summarize it, Marco Giardoni, who is in Italy, has said, Juventus, I made a 25 million bid for Jadon Sancho. It looks like it's in euros, but we wanted it in pounds. And then you got to remember as well, even if we get it in euros, it might go down to like 80 million or something. We got 5 million from Chelsea for the loan. So it goes back close to the 25. And I think they don't really care about the money from Sancho. I don't think they even care about the 25 million. It's the 300K a week that they want to get rid of. That's what it is. As soon as that 300K goes, just see you later. I think if they could let him go for free right now, they would. That's how much I think it is. I don't think they even care about the money like that. Because you got to remember, 25 million euros. If it's 25 million pounds, that's not too bad. Then they've got 30 million in the end of it because they've got the 5 million from Chelsea, remember, for the loan. If it's 25 million euros, it might end up being 18 million or something. And then you add that 5 million euro, that's 23 million. That's not too bad. But yeah, man. So it's seeming like it's Napoli or Juventus. But Juventus they've drew first blood and made the bid. 25 million for Jadon Sancho. It's considered an important one. And then Damasio's coming out and basically saying Juventus have made moves for Sancho in the last few hours and they're talking to Man United. And he says Juventus has advanced to sign Jadon Sancho in the last couple of hours. So it sounded like there's a lot going on. But remember, we can agree. We can say, yeah, 23 million, 19 million, 18, no problem. Shake hands. We can shake hands with them for 15 million. But if Jadon Sancho can't agree personal terms, that's the killer. And that's where it's crazy now. And he wants his money. He's not taking a wage cut for no one. So who can afford to pay him? I saw something the other day about Vlahovic. He's on 300k apparently in Juventus. And then Napoli's got De Bruyne, must be on more than 300k or 300k. I don't know, but so what's Jadon going to be on? Is he going to take a pay cut? I ain't heard nothing about him taking a pay cut. So it's interesting to see. But yeah, that's just summarizing. That's what's happened in the last hour or two. Jadon Sancho has got an offer from Juventus that's been put to Man United. This is the first bid, from any player that's been put to Manchester United. That's Garnacho, Sancho, Anthony, Rashford. Who else was meant to go? Onana, Casemiro, all of them in all. This is the first bid that's come. Listen, there's 25 million, etc. Everyone else has been, we want loans. We're doing talks. We're getting closer. Blah, blah, blah. It's been a lot of talking going on. But this is the first thing we've seen that Juventus have made an offer. No one ain't made no offers. So it's good to see things are finally working. Pre-season starts 29 days from today. 29 days from today, pre-season starts. So we need to start getting these players out, bringing some new ones in, taking them to pre-season so that they can be with the structure. Whatever Ruben's trying to do with these players, hopefully he can bed it in. Do you know what I mean? 25 million for the big flop. Yeah, man. I think he's the worst Man United player, man. I don't think anyone's as worse as him. Literally, Anthony came in, scored 3 goals in his first 3 games. At least he's done that. At least you can tell he's running and he's trying. He might not have the quality. He's got one leg, the left leg, but you can see that he's passionate and he was trying at least. Do you know what I mean? And he always wanted to play for the badge, but he just didn't have the quality. Sancho has done nothing. The goal and assist merchants can't say nothing about him. No one can say anything. He's barely done anything. Like, literally. And he was under Ole. Who else was he under? Ten Hag. Did he play a bit under Ruben, or did Ruben not even give him a chance? I don't even know, but he's done nothing. He's gone to Chelsea. Half of their fan base is split. He should go back. We can get better. No, we should stay. We got Champions League. We can get better. No, he's not lighting up nowhere that anyone sat there and gone, yeah, we're happy with Sancho. So I'm happy that he's going finally. We need some signings. We need some proper players. And until we get rid of some players, we're not going to be able to sign anyone. So hopefully remember, it's all about him and his wages. This is nothing. We can let him go for free. We can say tomorrow, Juventus take him for free. But if he don't say he wants to take a wage cut and Napoli or Juventus do not want to pay the 300k, we're in trouble. We're stuck with him. And he doesn't want to go Saudi. Only Saudi can really afford that, or the top clubs. And the top clubs don't want him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Newcastle need a right winger. Why don't they go for him? No one in the Prem wants him. So many teams that are out of the Prem that are looking at him. Do you think Man United need a new goalkeeper or striker more? Striker, 100%. Because if you look at last season, we had so much games that we could have won if we had a better striker. Look at Wolves. We had how much shots did we have? And then they just scored a wonderful free kick. Look at Arsenal. How much shots we had. Raya had a stunning game. Look at Liverpool. Hoyland 1-on-1 with Alisson in the first half. Missed. How much? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you look at so much games, Man City, first minute, Garnacho. He gets fouled, of course, but he had another chance in the box. I can think of so many. We've had so many games that we could have won. Look at Chelsea when Maguire scored. We might have had a few other chances, but Højlund has been so inactive that we've basically been playing with 10 men every game. Not every single game we were getting peppered at and Onana's making mistakes. Remember that. Onana makes mistakes, he has to go, but it's not every game he's making mistakes or we're getting peppered at and we should have lost. There's been games where we're resolute, we're having so much ball, like, and we just can't score a goal. Literally. Look at against Villa, like how much shots we had before they even scored, and then we ended up whatever. It's crazy. So a striker, I think, is way more important, and then Onana needs to probably go. But I think when you look at last season, the amount of games we played all right, but we just couldn't do nothing in the end. No hold-up play, etc. Xerxes got injured. That killed us. So I think we definitely need a striker and then goalkeeper. Because Onana is a weirdo. He will have a sick game. Look at against Ipswich. Liam Delap had like 2 shots straight at him. Crystal Palace, he made a mad double save. He won save of the month. And then he'll have a blunder the next game. So Onana's a weirdo. Like, you never know with him. But Højlund, you just know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to be poor, inactive. You're not going to see nothing from him. So we definitely need a striker way more. Rashford is better. Rashford is better than Højlund, of course, but we don't know what happened with Rashford and Ruben. That's probably the one of the only things that hasn't been leaked till now. What happened between them? Whatever happened, he can't come back. He knows he can't come back. He wants to go Barcelona. It's all weird, but I would rather Rashford than Højlund all day. Rashford's got more to his game. Why don't they play Joshua striker? I don't think he was given a fair chance. Yeah, he was, but he got injured. He started playing more until he got injured. I think he was. He started playing more, but more in the 10, and I think sometimes he was striker. But then he got injured, remember, at Newcastle. And then that's what killed it. Like, we were just finished from then. Do you understand? The game before that, we played Lyon. He scored the header. Remember, Xerxes, I think he came off the bench, scored the header. And then we went to Newcastle. He was doing the one-to-one with Bruno. They were linking up well. Garnacho scored. He got injured, and that was it. We ain't seen from him again. He came on in the final, I think, but not for long. But yeah, like, we need a striker, 100%. That's a good question, you know. That's a good question, Harvey, still. Do we need a striker or a goalkeeper more? I would say striker. You lot tell me what you lot think. I think we need a striker, 100%, because last season, the amount of games, look at Wolves, for example. The guy one-on-one, just squaring. His head's all over the place. He's overthinking. I reckon if Emi Martinez never took him out that time in the last game of the season against Villa, he probably wouldn't have scored. That's how mad it is. He might have run it out, the ball out of play, or he might have just tried to curl it and missed, or something would have happened and it would have been mental. So that's what I think. I think he was better off just leaving him and seeing what he does. So yeah, I think we need a striker still. But yeah, man, positive news anyway, man. Juventus have made an offer of 25 million euros of Jadon Sancho. The offer was considered an important one. Now Juventus have to convince the player who, as it stands, is interested by the prospect of a possible move to Napoli. Napoli are the champions of the league, but Juventus they finished 4th and they're in the Champions League. So it's not too bad to go Napoli or Juventus. Either one will do. Juventus are making moves in the last few hours. They've actually spoke to United about Sancho. So this ain't nothing like what all the other news we're just hearing, loan, or they're going to talk soon, or no. They're speaking as we're talking right now. They're probably in conversations and meetings. Juventus has advanced to sign Jadon Sancho. Juventus has also started direct contact with Man United, and that's Damasio. He's very, very, very reliable when it comes to Italian news. Damasio, everyone knows this. So it sounds interesting. Hopefully we accept it for starters, because I know we wanted 25 million pounds. It says 25 million euros there. But like I said, the main issue is Sancho don't want to take a wage cut. He's on 300k a week. What's going to happen here? Is he going to take the wage cut from one of them? Or is he going to have to compromise? It's a weird one. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. But I just hope that we just see the back of him. Yeah, I think he's the worst signing that's come to Man United. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, we got no Osimhen news, you know. And from what came out yesterday, Osimhen does... Basically, if he comes to a club that isn't in the Champions League, he's not dropping his wage. And his wage is 300k or something crazy. So Osimhen seems unlikely for Man United. I think Man United's gone to him and said, we want you, but you have to drop your wage. And he's basically saying, if I'm coming to a club that isn't in the Champions League, I'm doing you a favour. Why am I dropping my wage? Which you got to respect. He's a good striker, but that's how he wants to move. And then on top of that, he's getting offers from Saudi Arabia, and he's saying no. So I don't know what money this guy wants because he's not accepting Saudi Arabia. So I don't know how anyone in Europe is going to offer you the money that you want. So, but yeah, peoples, man, hit the likes, subscribe if you haven't, man. We're here every day, 3 times a day. We're giving you all the latest Man United news. This is the news for now. There's a bit more to come. And all the news that I give you are daily news. I don't go back and be giving you news from 2 days ago. No, everything's today. And then we'll be back on later. And then tomorrow, the same old. So hit the like, subscribe. We're here. So yeah, no more Osimhen news. And we'll move on to Rashford. Man United could loan Marcus Rashford again next season. He prefers a club in the Champions League and isn't considering any moves to Saudi or Turkey. There are doubts about finding a suitable bidder for him. This is what I'm saying. No one wants to get our players. This is why I was shocked with the Sancho news. He wants Barcelona. And even, look, let's go straight to the last article. Manchester United still wants, and Marcus Rashford still wants Barcelona move, and they still want him despite impending arrival of Nico Williams. I don't know how true that is because Barcelona's meant to be broke. They came out first and said they ain't got no money to buy Rashford. They want to loan him. We said, no, we don't want no loans. And now all of a sudden they're paying for Nico Williams' release clause, which is 58 million euros. So it's all mad. It's like our players are just bottom barrel. I can't see why Rashford would go there and play where. If Nico Williams is going to be there, Rafinha, Lamine on the wing. Who else is there to play on the wing? Ain't they got someone else? Lewandowski staying. I don't know. Obviously, if he wants to be a bench player at Barcelona, then no problem. But I thought he would go somewhere and be playing. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. But yeah, Man United are preparing for the possibility of sending Marcus Rashford on loan for the entire 25-26 season. Sources close to the player says he's unwilling to take a wage cut off his 325k a week salary. See what I'm saying to you? Limiting his potential suitors. He's under contract till 2028. This is what our players are doing. They're not taking wage cuts. They're saying, no, I'm on my money. I want to get my money. So if you're not taking a wage cut, there's only so much certain clubs can do. How can Villa pay him 325k a week? How can they keep him and do that? Do you know what I'm saying? They can't do that. Villa can't do it. They got PSR problems. That's why we're linked with Martinez heavy, because we want to kind of help them and they help us. They do us a deal and we're helping them because we're bailing them out. It's mad. And yeah, that's it. That's who they got. They got Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Fermin Lopez, Ferran Torres as well. Ferran Torres. Bro, you're like the fifth winger if you're going there. So that's Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams is coming, Ferran Torres, and you got Fermin. I can't remember. Is it Fermin Lopez? His full name. Danny Olmo as well. Mental. How long will you give Ruben if nothing improves? I reckon he'll leave by December. If nothing was to improve, I reckon he would leave himself. It's not even about what I would give him. I like Ruben, and I'm a bit sensible with it, where I don't just judge. I don't go with the crowd. He came in mid-season. He got one left wing back. Now we can finally implement his ideas through pre-season. If he has pre-season, implements his ideas on his players, and then it gets to December and we're still struggling, bottom half of the table, I reckon he will leave because he'll say, bro, it's not working. I reckon he's that real with himself. He's already said little comments about that, like they might have to go for a change, etc. So I reckon he'll leave still. But yeah, so Marcus Rashford, he wants a Champions League club, but he wants a Champions League club to pay him 325k a week, and he's not taking a wage cut. This is what we're dealing with. Sancho, same thing, not taking a wage cut. A lot of players, they're just like, this is what they're on. But you're going to a club, you want to go to your dream move where they've already got Lewandowski. So if you're going to play up front, you're going to be second in command for that. And then if you want to play in the wing, they're going to have Nico Williams, who's just agreed personal terms with Barcelona. Lamine Yamal, one of the best wingers in the world right now. Rafinha, arguably one of the best as well. People talking about Ballon d'Or. Fermin Lopez and Ferran Torres. That's 5 players already. and then you're going to add to that. Like, what? I know you're going to have loads of competitions because they're in Champions League, blah, blah, blah. But come on, man. Like, if I was him, I would just, you get it? Like, drop my wage, get a club where he's the number one. That's what I would, you get me? But it's up to him anyway. And this is just some more news about him. This came out yesterday, just letting you know about him with Barca, how strong the links are. That's from another source. That's from Barcelona's outlet, basically reporting Rashford is still optimistic about joining Barca. However, the club prefers to wait and decide later after other priorities. So they're not even prioritizing him. And then we obviously, this came out yesterday about Cunha just saying Marcus Rashford is expected to take the number 10 shirt revoked. Have his number 10 shirt revoked. So Cunha is taking his number 10. So if he doesn't leave, it's a bit awkward. You know what I mean? Like, the geezers took your number. It's a bit mad still. And then we've got Onana. He's being considered by Monaco this summer. Chelsea's Petrovic also. So Monaco might take Onana off our hands. This is what I'm saying. This is what we're getting every day, though. I report it every day. We're linked with this guy, but no bids are coming in apart from today. So this is what we want to see more is da-da-da-da-da. And then obviously we got Man United's reported interest in Emi Martinez, Julian Lorenz has reported that Aston Villa have made contact with Lille regarding Lucas Chevalier. He's cold. He's a proper keeper, this geezer, and he's around 40 million. There's no way we're gonna go out there and pay 40 million for Martinez so that they can upgrade and get a younger and better keeper. That can't happen. There's no way. I can't see that happening. That would be the stupidest thing we've done. There's no way we do that. We should be going for Chevalier. He's cold. He's proper. PSG wanted him, but obviously I don't think Donnarumma's going to leave, so they might just keep him. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's proper. So if we should be going for someone, it should be him. But obviously, I don't know what's going on. Maybe the 40 million is just a smoke screen. The 40 million just getting thrown out there. It's not going to be 40 million. It might be just 20 million. But apparently, we're going to pay 40 million for Emi Martinez, and then they're going to go for him. How can they go for him? Basically, we are funding them to get a better keeper that's going to last longer for their structure and their project. That's crazy. But yeah, Onana might leave, and I think Onana's going to leave because why is all these links coming out with Emi Martinez? Big dog, Fabrizio Romano sitting there saying initial talks has been made with Emi Martinez's agent. It's understood he's willing to join Man United even without Champions League football. Why are we making talks with Martinez if Onana's staying? Onana came out the other week. It's coming out. Onana's going to stay. But why is all these talks coming out then with Martinez if Onana's staying? That doesn't even make no sense. Argentinian source, two of them, yeah? We've got the first one that says Manchester United are advancing in talks for Emi Martinez. He's open to joining and talks are expected to start soon with Villa. But Villa are saying 40 million apparently. So I don't know how that happens. And then another source from Argentina says Man United have made first formal contact with Emi Martinez's agent over a transfer. United want him as their new number one goalkeeper. Martinez and his family want to stay in England. Why is all these sources coming out with this Martinez talk if Onana's staying? That's why it's all mad. It's all crazy. Maybe Onana's going and then we're gonna go for a keeper. But why would we make Fabrizio Romano is saying that we've made contact with Martinez's agent? If we know Onana's staying, why are we making contact with Martinez? It doesn't really make sense, does it? And if this was someone else saying that we made contact, it might not be true, but it's Fabrizio Romano. That's the number one. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we made contact with Martinez. It's blowing up all over the place. There's other keepers involved as well. Diego Costa, he plays for Porto. He's Amorim's first choice, apparently. But remember, all I can remember about Diego Costa is that one game that we played them in the Europa League, and he had a blunder. He threw the ball in the back of the net twice for us. 2 Rashford shots. So I ain't got the best look on him. And then we just got this Napoli on negotiating with Milinkovic-Savic, who is apparently we're keen on, who Fabrizio says and anticipate Man United and more clubs are keen. So that's 2 keepers there. And obviously we got Martinez. Why are we so interested in these keepers if Onana's staying? It's weird. So I don't think Onana is staying. It might not be. And then we got more news here. It's just Samuel Lockhurst basically saying Man United receiving inquiries from Marcus Rashford, but only for loan moves as it stands. No one wants to buy him. This is what I'm saying. But you're on 325k a week, and you don't want to drop it. Of course, no one wants to buy you. No one can afford it. Sancho and Antony both taking measures to try and get permanent moves away from Manchester United. Perfect. That's what we want to see. And then we got the Sun Football saying Amarim is set to axe Garnacho, Rashford, Antony, Sancho from the pre-season tour of USA. They will train alone at Carrollton if they have not found a new club. Pre-season tour is in 29 days. So he's saying if they're not on the club, if they ain't got a new club by then, he's going to axe them. But let me let you lot know, because I keep it real with you lot. The Sun is not the most accurate. They talk a lot of was. They talk a lot of rubbish. So I don't know if that's true. I think I'm just going to pull it out there anyway because it's reported. But I don't really believe this one because the Sun talk bollocks all the time. They just talk ras. So yeah, man. But the big one, like as you lot know, is Sancho. Juventus have made the 25 million bid. Let's just hope that this is true. It's come from Damasio as well, who is like a big dog in the Italian league. So yeah, hopefully it goes through, man. I think Onana is good. Oh gosh, Onana is a weirdo. He's a bit of both. That's the thing about Onana. He'll give you confidence. You'll be like, you know what? He's actually all right. You have a good game. Like this guy's actually all right. You know, why does no one like him? And then he'll give you the maddest. He'll just throw the ball in the back of the net when you most need him as well. Look at Leon. Both of the goals for Leon. That was crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what we're dealing with. Well, and you can tell that they don't even trust him, the defenders. They're always booting the ball away. Even when he's coming out to get it, they're still headering it. They don't trust him at all. So you can't have a keeper like that no one trusts. You have to have some confidence at the back. Goalkeeper, you just can't handle Man United. Yeah, probably, yeah. Because Man United, the spotlight's on you, crazy. Anytime you do something, the press is going to talk about you 20 times more than you playing for any other team. Any other team, the press will talk about you. So that's the situation. So maybe you can't handle it. But I think he needs to go, man. He's had his time. It's been 2 seasons now. He's had blunders galore. Remember last season, the season before last, when we was in Champions League and we finished bottom of the group? Hakan Ziyech scoring 2 free kicks against Galatasaray. Things like that. Come on, man. You can't stay here, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, man, live every day with all the Man United news, transfer news. If you're new here, subscribe, like. We're here every single day, putting in the work. Anything that comes out, we come straight on, bam, and we let you lot know 3 times a day. Do you understand? This is a catch-up of everything that's happened today. I'm going to summarize it all. So yeah, Jadon Sancho, Juventus have made an offer of £25 million. It's considered an important one. Now Juventus are just trying to convince Jadon Sancho. He's on 300k a week, so they're probably trying to make him drop his wage a little bit, which is a mad possibility because I've already seen reports saying that Sancho is not taking a wage drop. He's not doing that. Damasio, the top dog in Italy news, says Juventus have made moves for Jadon Sancho in the last 3 hours by talking to Man United. Napoli, on the other hand, have already taken action in the recent days by speaking directly with Sancho. So Napoli's put the work in already. They're already doing the groundwork where they've spoken to Sancho. Then they're probably going to come to Man United because Napoli haven't come to Man United yet and said any numbers. So Napoli have gone to Sancho. He said he's willing to play for them. They want him, but he's on 300k. Juventus have done it the other way around where they've come to us and said, we will give you 25 million for Sancho, but they need to talk to him after. So we might accept the 25 million. They go and talk to him and he says, I'm not dropping my 300 and then it's nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? But Damasio saying Juventus has advanced to sign Jadon Sancho. Juventus has also started direct contact with Man United in the last 3 hours. So it's interesting to see, man, what's going to happen with this, man. I just hope that he goes at the end of it. This is the first bid we've heard from any player. Every player has been linked with everyone. Rasmus Højlund's been linked to Inter Milan. Sancho's been linked to Dortmund, Napoli. Antony's been linked to go back to Betis. Rashford, Barcelona, Saudi Arabia. Who else? Who else is meant to go? The only player that hasn't been linked with no one at all is Casemiro. The oldest player we've got that maybe has to move so we can buy a better midfielder hasn't been linked with anyone. And this is what I say every day. See, Saudi Arabia, they don't do us no favours, mate. When it was Liverpool's time, Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, Firmino, we'll take them off your hands, Liverpool. Don't worry, come. When it was Chelsea's time, Koulibaly, Kante, we'll take them off your hands. Come. Now it's our turn. We want Onana gone. We need Casemiro gone. Maybe Luke Shaw. No one wants these players. No one's coming for them. Saudi ain't doing us no favors. They just want Bruno, who has played the most games in the whole of Europe. He's not going to go there right now. He's in his prime, in his head. Like, I've played so much games. I need to win something big. He's won FA Cups and Carabaos, but he wants something big. But Saudi don't want to do us no favors. So we're just stuck with a lot of these players. And Sancho don't want to go Saudi. Rashford don't want to go Saudi. But they want 300Ks. And they don't want... Who's going to pay that in Europe? Everyone's trying to clean up their wage bill. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, man. So, yeah, man. Juventus have made a 25 million bid. Let's see if it gets accepted. Let's see if it's 100%. Yeah, I just hope it's true. Napoli or Juventus take him ASAP. That's one out of the way. Get another one gone, then we could just buy a striker then straight away. So that's the big news for today. Then we just got Rashford. We could loan him out next season because no one basically wants him. All he's going to go for is a loan. Nico Williams is going to sign for Barcelona, but they still want him, apparently, Barca. But they're going to see at the end of the transfer window if they really need him. He's not important to them, basically. That's just more news talking about Rashford. Cunha's meant to be taking Rashford's 10. So it's going to be awkward if Rashford don't leave, but Cunha's took his number. It's crazy. Onana, he's linked to a move to Monaco in France. I think they're in the Champions League for next season as well. So that might do him good. But Monaco, either looking at him or Petrovic, who's in Chelsea. And then we've got, obviously, Martinez. If we buy him, it's linked to be 40 million. They're going to go for Lucas Chevalier, who is a younger and better keeper. So I just can't see us doing that. 40 million anyway is mad. He's 32. It's crazy. I can't see that happening. Chelsea just didn't want to pay 21 million for Mike Magnum, whatever his name is. Why are we going to pay 40 million for Martinez? And I know Goalkeeper's got a higher lifespan, but come on, that's crazy. That's just Emi Martinez. We're very linked with him. Fabrizio Romano, the top dog, he's just come out yesterday and said, listen, we've made initial contacts with Emi Martinez. Remember the other day it was saying Onana's definitely staying, blah, blah, blah. I think that was happening because we thought no one's going to come in for Onana. So now we've got some belief that, yeah, Onana might leave. 1-2 teams want him. Now let's start making contacts with other goalkeepers because it was coming out the whole of last week. Onana's going to stay. He's got a good relationship with Ruben, blah, blah, blah. Now we're linked with like 3 keepers. We've made contact. Initial contact has been made with Emi Martinez's agent, and he's willing to join without Champions League football, and that's from the big dog Fabrizio. Martinez is waiting to see what happens with Andre Onana. Why would he be doing that if Onana knows he's staying? So obviously, clearly, Onana knows he's leaving or we want him gone. And he's basically the next in command. And it's basically some Argentinian sources saying the same thing. Man United are advancing in talks with Martinez. He wants to stay in England with his family. And then we've got 2 other goalkeepers that are meant to be linked to Man United. Vanja, Milinkovic-Savic. Fabrizio was basically saying that Napoli are trying to get him as ASAP because Man United are interested. And other clubs, why are we interested again if we want Onana to stay? See what I'm saying? There's something going on in the background. Diogo Costa, that's Amrin's first choice to replace Onana. Remember, he's Portuguese. Amrin's Portuguese. But like I said, the only memory I've got of Diego Costa, a proper one, is us against Porto in the Europa League group stage. And he threw the ball in the back of the net 2 times for Rashford. It was the poorest performance I've ever seen. So I ain't really a big fan for him, but it is what it is. He might be a better player. And then the more news is basically saying that Man United I've had inquiries for Marcus Rashford, but only loan moves. No one wants to buy him at the moment. And that Sancho and Anthony are both taking measures to try and get permanent moves away from Man United. So at least they're putting in the work. And that Amrin is set to axe Garnacho, Rashford, Anthony and Sancho from their pre-season tour, which starts in 29 days from today. But that's from the Sun Football. Remember that. I don't trust them. I think it's gas. But we let you see everything United. That's what we're here with. Everything United every day. But yeah, hopefully the Sancho bid is true. Thank you for checking in. If you ain't liked yet, please like, subscribe. We're here every day. We're putting in the work for you lot. I'll see you lot all in a bit.
Got some celebs, pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. But for now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more